There we are. It's freaking raining its butt off today. She wanted to go outside and get wet. Yeah! But we were just a little flooded. The rain has slowed down. The driveway is like, brr. But anyway, I gotta do something, not to these, but we gotta go in the shop and work on some stuff. I wanted to get some pictures of everything that's going on outside. All right. Hey, don't splash it in here. I'm gonna get the lights turned on so we can get in here, and I got to do an oil change on this thing, and I got to do an oil change on this thing. I finally got my oil filter in, and I've got an oil filter for that one sitting in the cup holder. What I did with this one was I just went ahead and pulled the skid plates off, which there's several bolts underneath there to get the skid plate off, and to get a light underneath there so I can get the this is the Kodiak 700. See there? Ultramatic. Yeah. So let's go ahead and get this under there. There's like one bolt you pull off. It's just like doing an oil change. And the oil filter's on the front of the motor. All that's easier to get to if you take the skid plates off. All right, here I am. This is, remember I was showing you guys my little stand that I have this on. And I'm under here. Now, once you take the pan off, there is a hole in one of these guards that is right there, but it's easier to get to everything if you just go ahead and pull it off. And then right at the front of the motor is your oil filter right here. So all you gotta do is take the bolt out of there. It dumps all the oil in here, and then for me, I don't have rollers on this, so I'm gonna move this all the way to one side so that it'll keep draining off in there. This is my first oil change, and then I'm gonna take that oil filter off now that it's over the top of this. Ooh, I better make sure that that's where it needs to be. There we go. And then I can go ahead and take this off. I've already loosened it a little bit. See if I can get it the rest of the way with my hand. Oh boy, they really put those on there at the factory. There we go. Because see, this is going to leak out too, and you don't want it to get all over the floor. So I'm just going to unscrew this all the way, and then without dropping it on myself, take that off, and we're going to dump the rest of that in there. So there's always going to be extra oil inside your oil filter. And then that's enough of that. And then we'll just let that drain for a little bit. All right, now what I like doing is I like going ahead and taking this. Now I'm just going to use, this is from Walmart, is the Valvoline 1040 motorcycle oil. This says that it's good with wet brakes that are inside of these. And now what I like to do is I'm just going to go ahead and pour some oil into the oil filter. That way it can prime a little bit. See if I can do this, filming and everything at the same time. I'm just going to pour it in there. I'm going to let it bubble a little bit. The thing is it is going to spill out a little bit when I go to put this onto the bike. But it'll be fine because I want to have some oil in the oil filter itself. Now I went ahead and I wiped this. Some of it's still coming out. There's just a little bit left. But also the other thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take some of this fresh oil and rub it on this rubber gasket that's on the outside edge of this. And that's going to help for it to get a nice, smooth, clean seal. Just make sure that's nice and well lubed. before you do that, go ahead and try to get this lug nut or the oil nut back on there. Oops, I'm not gonna be able to do that with you guys. And everybody's got different torque settings that they like doing on these. I just take mine all the way down till it stops, and then I do about 1/8 to 1/4 of a turn more. You know, it gets it nice and tight on there, and then I've never had a problem with it. This is still dripping, so I'm gonna take that, put the rag right there, and then I'm gonna take this oil filter instead of the rag. Let me pull my pan back over here. There we go. We got the pan over it that way, because this is going to be a little bit more. You don't want to cross thread this. You want to get this on there, and if it doesn't turn easy, then you want to back it back out and try to make it a little bit better. These ones you're going to go a little bit overhand tight, so I'm going to have to move this oil pan and get it on there. Get my hand on there a little bit more so I can take this board down and set that over there. I still have yet to cut this out. I want to cut that out and cut that out, but I want to put one more 4x4 inside of this rail here up there, and then some plates on the outside, 2x6s on the outside, to make it so that it's sturdy and it won't tip over. And then I can cut this out so I can sit on my little chair and wheel straight out from underneath this. That'll make things so much easier. I'm going to take this and I'm going to go about as tight as I can go with my hand. And that's going to be good for that. There we go. That ain't going nowhere. Alright. Now all I got to do is figure out where the oil goes back in at, and we'll be freaking gravy. I don't know yet. Let me look and I'll show you guys in a minute. Alright, so what would be on the left side, or the driver's side of this? There's this right here, and boom, look, it says oil. This is, yeah, I never looked at it. So you give it a twist, you pop this out. Oh, look, there's a dipstick right there. So now we're just going to pull this out. Now, I have heard, well, I looked up online real quick just to make sure that some of these have the wrong dipstick. So in your case, you need to look at your manufacturer to find out if they put the wrong dipstick in yours or not for the 2016s, because this is a 2016. I'm going to put 2.5 quarts because it's actually between 2.2 and 2.7 quarts is what everybody's calling for. So I figure if I put 2.5 in here, then I'm going to be safe on everything. So I'm just going to go ahead and start filling this up, and I'll get back to you guys. All right, for me, 2.5. Let's see if it'll focus. Went just above, but I still haven't started it. So it'll end up dropping a little bit from that, which that's not going to be a problem. And that just goes right in there. Make sure you push that all the way down, because it's got 2 little ribs on it to help water from going into your oil. And then you're going to take this and see there's little grooves there. Those grooves are going to match up with these holes here. So you're going to put that in there. You're going to get it to lock in a little bit, and then give it a 1/4 turn, and that'll lock right in. Done! See, you just changed your oil on your Yamaha Kodiak for the first time. So did I. I got to do the crankcases, or the front and rear differential still, but I'm going to do that on another video. I'm not doing that tonight. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. These 2 girls over here are playing Princess Monopoly.
I am.
That's kind of neat, though. Looks like regular Monopoly, only princessy.
It's a little bit different.
Yeah. So, all right. So look, I'm starting to get all this stuff organized. Woo. But yeah, thumbs up for being able to use this the way it was intended for. It makes it really easy to get underneath there. I'm going to button this up by putting the skid plates back on. They go in really easy just as well as they come out. But actually, no, wait a minute. I'll have to do the other thing, so I'm not putting those on yet. Thanks a lot. We'll see you guys on the next video. Ride more, I guess, yeah.